Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're going to look at these peach trees. And I was hauling manure and I stopped at the neighbor's, and their peach trees, only one of the trees had flowers on it, and it was only one limb on the bottom. And all the rest of them had buds like this. Dead. That is a flower bud and it is dead. And on these trees, back at here, they're all the same. And I really had high hopes for this tree at least having fruit, as this tree is reliable, fairly reliable. It is old and scarred, and we've lost part of it in the storms over winter. It's pretty rotten up in some of it, and it broke off there again. But this tree's over 30 years old too, which for peach trees, it's had a pretty good long life. We'll have to take some bud stock off of this to do some grafting, because I don't want to lose this tree. And we can graft, use that to graft and get us some more trees. But as we walk through, we see the same on all of the trees. The flower buds, the fruit buds are all dead on these trees, or they're missing. There's a lot of dead limbs on these trees. And that's strange, we might think, because it's been a really mild winter. And it's never got cold enough to where it should have hurt these trees. So what happened? Down here by this one, let's see if I can find another bud here for you, right here. Here's one. See the leaf bud, and there's the flower bud. And the flower bud's dead. It's all dead. But a lot of times it isn't cold. As long as it doesn't get too cold, these trees, if it gets really, really cold, it can kill them. But a lot of times it's not the cold. It's the warmth in the winter that causes a problem. Or at least in this area. Because what had happened in January, we had a couple of weeks of really warm weather. And these trees had got their chilling hours in. And when that weather warmed up, the sap began to flow, and the buds began to swell, and then it got cold. And that killed our fruiting buds, our flowering buds, and it killed even some of our leaf buds. No bumper crop of peaches this year. This little tree here bore a lot of peaches last year, little guy, but there won't be anything this year. So anyway, if your trees have bloomed and fruited in the past, and you're not getting any flowers this year and no fruit, that might be what went on. Maybe think back, did you have an extended stretch of warm weather? And, did they try to break dormancy too early? Another thing is the plums are in bloom right now. And the apples are getting right close to blooming. And we're supposed to get another cold snap over the weekend. If these trees are in bloom and they get a cold snap, that can kill our fruit as well. Those flowers can be killed. Even after the flower is formed, even after there's little fruit, if it gets cold enough, it can kill that little fruit. But if they bloomed in the past and they're not blooming, or your flower buds are all dead, it wasn't that it was too cold last winter. Maybe it was because it was too warm. With that, I want you all to have a wonderful day. Go out there, get your hands dirty, stay safe, and above all, keep growing.